And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Factorio Space Age, where we're still working on Gleba science. I do want to get most of Gleba science done before we go out to the new planet, Aqualo. In addition to that, I realized between the parts, we should probably prepare for our warship or transport ship to be upgunned to deal with the problems that are going to arise on that new journey. Which is mainly by equipping it with rocket launchers. So rocket turrets are a new thing, if I can find where they are. Here they are. Rocket turrets, steel, iron, processing units, carbon fiber. Carbon fiber. How do I make carbon fiber, and is that going to be a complete pain to make off? Yokomo mash. So I need to make that on the planet we're on. Okay. Shouldn't be a problem, per se. Just need to set it up. Tech went down. Why did the tech go down? What are we out of? I'm probably manually feeding. None of the labs are running, so we're out of it completely. Space science, we're out of space science. Not first, Bob Fuzzle. Do you have space science? No, you don't. Okay, so you need to get to novice so we can get some space science. Because otherwise this is going to back up, and has backed up. Okay, well we turn that one off. It's just this one being a problem. This one's got a buffer on it, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, so while that's going on, we need to figure out a way to set up carbon fiber production in a usable form. Okay, let's, can I find iron and copper quickly? Steel and iron. I'm gonna pump quickly? Pump would be best. Pump's gonna require an engine. Engine is not really something I want to assemble on this planet ramp. I'm gonna hold off on the pump. Or are we gonna hold off on the pump? Okay, that crosses there. How much do I care about my... lubricant? I don't really care about the lubricant that badly. We'll save half of it by doing that. And then across. Oh, it was nice enough to merge them. I deleted it. Okay. Now I just need to find the biochamber. And put the biochamber up. One. To the carbon fiber. Yeah, carbon fiber. Carbon plus Yakumo mash. Make the... Oh, make you there. So we got a lot of you, suppose. So yeah, just need... We're gonna put the biochamber. Biochambers. There we go. Instead of a biochamber making that, so we can make some turrets. Not sure I'm gonna make the turrets here, or if I want to ship the carbon fiber off the planet. Okay. So, set you there, and we can fill that with carbon. I just need to shove the carbon in there. Start the process. I need just enough to get another inserter. You've arrived? Yes, you've arrived. Pump fizzle has arrived. Of course I'm out of iron. I need inserters. Oh, we do have some more over here. Let's see. 50-50 will be enough. Just gonna wait for it to be made. Be smelted. And while we're waiting, our science is slowly going bad, which isn't great. Oh, we don't need to ship that anymore. Or those, but pick them up. No reason to drop them right away. Province, we have 4 launchers ready to launch. Ready to loading. Yeah. 3 of the colors. Of course, it's all but the color we don't need. Because that's usually how it is. It's currently loading. Iron should be done, so we should be able to get the carbon one to be properly loading and unloading. Oh, it's not done, but it's close enough to done. We need like 1 more inserter anyway. Oh, we'll just have it load everything, that'll work. There's the carbon fiber going. I changed something. And now we're getting a whole lot less. Apparently. Of something. Oh, maybe I did something that changed the amount of lubricant we had stored up, so we're actually burning lubricant now. By the way, it doesn't immediately look like it's a problem. Okay, so we do have more coming in. I'm surprised. Suppose it could be... Maybe it spoiled while it was waiting? You're backed up. Interesting. That one's not backed up. Got a longer way to go, so it obviously can't back up as much. Might take the time to actually upgrade that belt, we'll see. Oh, Fizzle, how goes the loading? Terribly. It's going terribly. None of the first batch have launched yet. You request the logistics bots, please. So we can shove another 100 or so in the network. Almost. One launch. And more bots put in the network. I hope the other launch is almost. 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 That one's taking a while. Granted, I think the fifth one got delayed because it was doing a different delivery. In fact, it may have received that delivery of the bomb fizzle. Yeah, it did end up receiving it in the end. Okay, it's moving, and that's not a good sign. Like, it's flowing, which is a good sign, but it's the fact that we don't have a backlog of it when I thought I was overproducing that one. Interesting. That is the mash. Okay, so we're just eating all the mash on this. Not just how hungry that one is. 10 every 5 seconds, maybe. Okay, not necessarily a problem. And then the rest of the recipe for the rocket launchers. The rocket launchers presumably shoot rockets, right? Rocket recipe isn't too bad. It's iron plate explosives. Explosives for coal, sulfur, water, all of which we can get on the platform. Iron's not that bad. Interesting, it's going to be the only one that doesn't use... Yeah, unlike the arm-piercing rounds that use copper, it doesn't use any copper in that recipe. Just iron, just coal, sulfur, water. Rocket or explosive rocket. It's got AoE. I don't think what we're doing we need AoE. We can just work with the normal rockets for transport ship. Okay, and then so the rockets will be easy enough to get under route. The hard bit is going to be getting the rocket turrets assembled. Well, that's a question. I have decent steel processing units, iron gear wheels, and I don't think the manual me rocket launcher is that hard to build. Yeah, that's more iron gear wheel, like electronic circuits. I might build that on Fulgura. It might be quite buildable in Fulgura. Right, because I just have a chest to say, grab all the bits. Okay, so one of you needs to make rocket launchers. One of you needs to make rocket turrets. And then the other one, or the one in the middle, needs to request the 5 inputs, right? Or the 4 inputs. Well, 5 inputs. Iron. Steel. Green, blue. Gears. Iron, blue, gears. Rocket launchers require iron gears. Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted one of these. Oh, and obviously this needs to request a carbon fiber to make it work. Which sadly, because it requires... Where's the carbon fiber? It requires mash, we have to import that. But everything else is produced here in quite large quantities, so that shouldn't be a hard thing to do. That's working, which is fine. You want 4 every 10 seconds, you make... Okay, so... Won't be quite the correct ratio here, because this is not going to make it fast enough, but that's fine. That's... What did I break? I broke something. When did that break? Okay, so that's flowing. Hopefully that'll restart a bunch of stuff. Alright, we're not so backed up on that, that's the problem. Space Science launched yet? Space Science is launched. Utility isn't. But you're actually also full. So let's bring you to Gleba, do a drop-off, and you can go back for stuff. Okay. It's not going to want to launch those stuffs on the surface. Turn you off in a moment. Drop you. Drop you, drop you. And it's off. Go. There we go. Yeah, everything's fixed. Everything's working. No... Oh. Oh, dear. Those are going to get real aggressive real soon. To the burner! Burn it. Burn it all! I got 2 minutes before this explodes. Into a bunch of pentapods that's going to eat everything. Okay, I think those will successfully burn everything before it gets too out of control. You arrived yet? No. Okay, so the quality of those have gone up, so we're not in super paranoid territory. Just gotta get going before it all breaks up again. That one's running, okay. You almost here? No, they're about halfway here. One thing we should do is ask you from Gleba. So this is the Gleba pickup. Please pick up carbon fiber. How much does it pick up at a time? 100 at a time. Or no, 500 at a time. Okay. It's currently set to drop everything here when it gets here, which isn't quite what we want, but it'll work. Back to the mash being issue. Okay. Okay. How goes the arrival? Almost here. Drop space science and then drop everything else as available. Okay, all the science is now going again, which should help to work through Gleben stuff. That reminds me, I should probably manually take these offline. So that we can work through the Gleben stuff. What's the next one to run out? Vulcanus. We're using Vulcanus in the current one? Probably. No. Okay, so the fact that that one's about to be running out is not a problem. Not a problem for us. So this is going to give us stack inserters, which would be something I'd have to build, which maybe isn't the most important thing to be doing right now. Spinning up a new production line that we don't necessarily need. You finished dropping everything? Yes. Okay, so with that, go to Novice, go pick up another round load. So hopefully you don't need to panic come back quite so quickly. Stack inserters should be done with the next tech. Probably around about when I should end the episode, to be sure. Yeah, don't think that's necessarily making a statement there. We only have passive provider chests because we've got chests set up to be them. Or I can just build one. That works too. I'm gonna turn this chest into a passive provider chest. So this is in the network. You're waiting on the mash. Mash needs to go past you. what's interesting enough is waiting on the match, also. Yeah, I'm thinking more and more that we want to speed that belt up. So it spends less time on the belt. More time being used. Which hopefully also results in higher quality stuff. Oh, I'm not sure if I have any undergrounds. The appropriate color. Okay. That speeds up the transition, the travel a little bit. So one thing we could work on is building more capacity. What do I need for the landfill, the specific type of landfill? The seeds! Nutrients in the seeds, okay. Nutrients from raw fish is now a thing. Apparently making fish from nutrients consumes more nutrients than we get. Okay. Bit of circular math there. Okay, grab a bunch of that spoilage. And some landfill. Oops. I did like a stack of landfill. Yo, come on. Okay. So... just need the seeds in theory. Okay, 9 seeds. Maybe making nutrients directly from them is not the, from spoilage is not the fastest way, but it's a way. Okay, so we got a lot more nutrients going around and around and around because that bit's off while we're trying to down process the stockpile. Oh, blue and green are getting a bit low. Let's say red's probably getting a little low. I know red isn't too much. Blue, green. It's making mash maybe about the speed we're producing it. Producing the input at least. I wonder if we have any of that landfill. It makes 10. I think we need... Oh, it's either 10 or it's 16. We need. We got one more. Okay, so we got 11. That's not much. You done? No, we're basically in the same pocket as before. It's working on all of the ones that we probably don't need the most. So it's showing me there all the ones I think it's going to let me build or fill. And it's 9. Okay, so that explains why I got one spare one, because 10 minus 9 is 1. So we'll have 2 spare ones. Or 3 once this recipe is done as well. Okay, so we can't make that a working tile. Wondered for a moment. Because as I started to place it, it made that one disappear, but it didn't actually make it not a non-workable tile. Yeah, keep another 100 of those to be made. It's not that they run slow, it's that we need hundreds of them, right? So it's not a great plan to be reliant on delivery of 100-something things. Okay, first sets of launches going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we should have this one is now... Well, it's being designated as iron because we need iron up there as well. Keep the thing going high speed. The next tech after this I've got queued up. Efficiency. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to be a little pickier and not try to quite finish everything here. Because Gleba Science is a bit of a pittance. What do we need to actually build you? Spoilage. Okay, so we can make spoilage pretty easily on other places. We need to. Granted, spoilage is also shippable, so we can ship the spoilage, say, to full growth. I'm not going to bother with the epic quality. We don't need to do you yet, This is more growth and the captive spawners. Path. Which we'll need to do from Promethean, but we don't need to do Promethean for a while. Let's not do the stackers, let's not do the Spidertron. What else do we need to do? Honestly, don't need to do anything, so we just need to get that ship designed and built. I may run something specifically to help get the Gleba science to come down. So with that, let's actually stop making more Gleba science. We'll let what's going on the eggs finish. I suppose the other alternative is make a few... Well, it's not exactly an alternative. Other thing to do is make a few more biochambers. I wasn't paying attention. We let the stuff spoil back into... Okay. Oh no, it hasn't spoiled down yet. It just takes that long. Okay. So yeah, the other thing to do is make some more biochambers, so there's biochambers to scrap, if need be. I've got 8 here, and we probably want more than... Probably want like 40. Stack inserter, we're going on to the efficiency module, it's fine. What am I short on? Probably iron. Not that's gonna make a big iron difference. Yeah, we're short on iron. 25 iron plates each, okay. Looking for one of these iron rocks. So we can get some microbes growing again. Iron microbes. We'll see how long that lasts and how long that works, but at least get them going. That's the copper one. Here's the iron one. There's my iron bacteria. I have 1 egg in my inventory, which isn't a problem. Currently. Isn't a problem currently. It could totally become a problem. Okay, we come over here and we got a couple more of these we can get set up quickly. Whoops. Alright, that's fine. One short of the last one, I suppose. Can probably use the landfill to pick it up, yeah. Eight, and we technically would need 9. There we go. That's a usable one. And the plantation grows in throughput. You're running fine. Be done in a couple minutes. little bit more running time here. So let's feed one of you in. Make some more biolabs. We're waiting for iron mostly to make the biolabs. Well, now we're waiting for Pentapogex, but before we were waiting mostly for iron. Bio iron we can put in chests, or in the furnaces down here. Didn't go around the right way. How do I want to fix this? Actually, weirdly, probably scrapping some of the science is probably the best way to fix it. Oh no, the science scraps to itself. So I'm gonna have to gamble with biolabs until we get lucky. Yeah, lucky. This is why I want to make up a few more, so we've got them to gamble with. Okay. Wink that one for the moment. Put the Pentapog in you, and that'll force it to go around in a circle. Out of the remaining Gleba only techs, I think the one I want the most is probably the Spidertron. Though captivity is probably, we're gonna have to go in captivity to do Promethean science and stuff, so we should do captivity as well. Wait, Bob Fizzle. You're loaded? Sure. Not Fulgur. Gleba. Come to Gleba, please. Which one did we run out of? Red, green. Do you have no green? We have green. Why do you usually nick? Because you've got one of those in your hand. Okay. Apparently the don't grab Gleban science only extends to the don't grab the normal Gleban science. Wasn't quite what I intended with that functionality. Yeah, that brings up to 20, and that's actually all the iron I have for the moment. Okay. Really want to get up to 40, ideally, I think. Which needs to be more iron, which apparently we've got this network running well enough that we can have that iron. Good to see. Oh, and that needs to be a wooden ball to be built here. What are you out of now? Military. Because of course. Yeah. Got enough to bottle up, and we're just trying not to waste 11 science at this point by processing it before we leave the planet. Okay, you need a bunch of nutrients. We've got to pick nutrients up. It's not too hard. What's the limiting factor? Still iron. Back to iron again. Okay. Okay. All the pentapog eggs that are not in my inventory have worked through the system. Running low on some full grown science, but that's fine. In fact, actually, that's probably what we should queue up for completion, is the missing full grown science. May have technically finished them, I suppose. Yeah, looks like those two are what we got left. The full grown stuff. We'll sort that out as we sort out trying to get ourselves a ship worthy of going to the new planet. Oh, you're here and ready to drop a bunch of more stuff. So go ahead and drop it. We might not use it. No rocket turrets accepting requests, so we should tell it to accept a request. There we go. Got 11-ish minutes to get those recipes going. Otherwise, I'm gonna have pentapogs on my ears. More to go. So that's 275 more iron. I think that's what we're short. Got plenty of copper. Trying to work through the eggs, that's fine. We got the landfill on us, so that's also fine. Oh, interesting. We have quality spoilage. That's what's also going around. When the loop's empty, we can purge the loop. When the loop's empty of everything else, we can purge the loop. Of course, the nutrients I had on me spoiled. Good thing once you started building with something, they don't spoil. Five more to go. Yeah, so if I really wanted captivity done, we'd have to fire the egg stuff back up again. Actually, that wouldn't be a worst idea, I suppose. Some limited production while we're getting ready to go. How goes the launch? The answer is it went. It's been and gone and done. Okay, go to Fulgura. Drop that off of Fulgura. And then we're gonna have to, well, we'll have to pick some up before we go. But we're gonna actually be contemplating leaving in a bit, I suppose. That way you're going around. It's time to power you back up. I'm missing an inserter. I had my inventory. You presumably put it somewhere. So it's probably not missing this, but what are you lowest on? Blue? Lost 2 blue in there. Next is green. Lost 2, well, we won't be able to get whole 2 green in, but it's possible we can with that. Oh, of course, the moment I undid all the nutrients, well, because of course I would. We can spin that back up again. The second one is there. Bullfizzle, are you there yet? No. I've been letting this part go too long. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. I'm going to try to record at least 4 parts tonight, if not 5. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm basically just going to mute the mic for a moment to sip a bit of tea, and then we'll get right back to recording. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.